Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Mrs. Ravager here. I know it's been a little while since I last uploaded a video, or short. It's been a while since I uploaded that. And to clarify, I'm doing alright. I'm doing a lot better than I was at the time. It turned out to be, I think, a sore throat. I think it was a bit sick. Uh, so that's that for anyone wondering. So this video is gonna be different. I can't find my what you call it. What's it called? My tripod. Sorry, it took me a second to remember the word for it. But I think it's a bit odd for me to even make this video. But I thought, what's this? So the title of this video, which I haven't set yet as a recording, will be a bit. Will probably give you a little bit of an idea of what I will be talking about. So let's get on with this. My experience with autism spectrum disorder, often abbreviated as ASD, has certainly been an interesting one. Let me show you what it's like to be, or, well, not show you, but let me take you on a ride and show you what autism is like for me. And to be clear, I'm gathering what I know so far, so I'll probably correct myself in the description. I was diagnosed with autism around 6 years old, or somewhere around that time. I was also diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or otherwise known as ADHD, which tends to be a common uh, secondary diagnosis to ASD, but not always. It just happens to be common. I was diagnosed with that early on as well, maybe around the same time, maybe earlier. And I didn't really write much in script for this. So I'm going to kind of go off script and try and make something of a comprehensible video. So, as the name of ASD suggests, it's a spectrum. What's something that I like to experience or do might seem arbitrary or repulsive to someone else who also has autism. It might not fully be like that, but you kind of get the point. No, I don't want to say no to autistic people are alike, but there's a lot of levels to it. And a video that I want to make soon is kind of what I think about how the media represents autism. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and to be frank, I'm kind of disappointed. But there are some that are good. I kind of forgot. But I think a lot of the time, I mean, this doesn't just apply to like films and stuff, but it also does apply to like TV. It applies to like TV shows, movies, I guess video games, and also how news media also kind of reports on stuff that involves at least the autistic community or someone who also has autism. Now, I guess there's a couple of things that I do tend to struggle with. One of them, I think, I would say is change. Like, if you change something in an environment I'm familiar with, it's going to take me some time to adjust to it. I'm not good with holding eye contact. I know that very well. But to kind of compensate, what I do is I kind of have rather than my eyes looking at you, my whole body's kind of facing who I'm talking to. So if I want to switch to talking to someone else, I kind of move to talk to them. Now, this this is a little bit weird when it comes to like Xbox parties and stuff, but I more or less just address them by their gamer tag or by their name if I know them. But also, I do struggle to do certain things because how do I put it? Sometimes I don't fully understand how to do it, even when I'm shown numerous times. And then another thing is I go into special interests. So, for I guess anyone who isn't exactly familiar with autism or anything or similar diagnoses, and this is just my knowledge, this is my best explanation of it. A special interest is something that mainly like it's something that isn't really exclusive to autistic people, but it tends to be associated with it. It's somewhat of this kind of fixation on like a certain topic or topics that tend to lead people like me to like really excel. So sometimes like really excel in knowing them. So since I'm the only one making this video, for example, during the pandemic, I got a I had I gained a special interest in flags, which is I would say interesting. You know, learning about what the flags of the world look like, how like my brain can compartmentalize them pretty well. And yeah, I struggle with math, which I guess it kind of makes sense. Like when I'm not doing something related to what I'm interested in, I'm kind of sloppy with it. Uh, I guess going on about it. Another thing was I think languages too, and history, and a couple other things. I think one of them, I think learning how languages like form, change, and all that fascinated, it still fascinates me to this day because I guess it's kind of my way of saying I like learning about the world around me. I kind of want to learn. I kind of want to learn how to draw, so like I can draw some of these like car concept ideas that are in my head because I don't want to just have to use AI generated pictures. I mean, yes, those can get what I want. It feels inauthentic for that, right? I've been. So, I think like I said, history was a good one to learn about because it kind of shows you how things can be. It doesn't even just have to be world history. It could be like the history of like certain things, police cars in general, or just how technology has advanced over the past like 100 years, like 100, I would say 150 plus years. You know how we went from being like horse-drawn carriages to like combustion engines, crankshafts to start up your engines and the electric starter, and then to modern cars and electric cars. It's all so fascinating to me. And then there's just random little tiddlywinks that I know or I want to know about. I want to learn how things go and all that jazz. And I'm thinking, I kind of do want to get a job, but I probably should cut that part out. So, of course, with the upsides of autism, be able to know certain things about certain, knowing a thing or two about a thing or two. and I mentioned a couple downsides, change and stuff. Like, I kind of need, that's why I can play video games so much. Repetition, but actually, repetition can only go so far because I used to love, I've played Fortnite on and off, and honestly, I, I've stopped playing it. Like, personally, if you want to keep playing Fortnite, if you guys play Fortnite, that's fine. And personally, I feel like Fortnite kind of fell off. It's been falling off recently. I mean, what else? But anyways, I remember I've been getting a little bit more into like Minecraft and Roblox because I played those games quite a lot as I've grown up, and I've thought, I don't know. It's just like, I guess going back to like stuff about like how the ins and outs of autism from the experience of someone who has it. Aside from eye contact, which I can do with the camera because I know I'm just looking at myself, uh, I tend to struggle with communication a little bit because like I want something to, like maybe I want something or like I'm trying to get someone's attention, but I don't want to like interrupt them. And I'm sitting here, I'm kind of just sitting here like because like I don't know, it's just like I don't want to say my brain just shuts off. It's more like my social battery just plummets to zero or whatever. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. I think certain things definitely do stick with me. But I guess one of those things is I have a fear of dogs. Let me look up what that's called real quick. Cynophobia. Hold on. Oh, cynophobia. Sorry. So I've had that for a pretty long time. Now, I'll try to explain how it happened. So I'm probably oversharing, but I'm not just putting out like every single thing about myself onto the internet. But I was out in like a neighborhood, and there's this one house that had like this yippy dog. And what happened was, okay, the exposure is not. What happened was I essentially got bit by this yippy dog. I think it was like a younger dog. I don't know. All I know was I panicked. The dog came after me and stuff, and I had to go home. I am a little bit, uh, what you call it? I know I'm leaving out details, but that's kind of because I'm a little hesitant to talk about like the whole story. My family knows about it, but I'll maybe another time I'll actually get into it. Like, I'm sorry about the exposure changing. Hold on. So yeah, uh, that's about it for now. Like I said at the start, this is definitely a very different video than what I normally do. Normally, I'd be talking about like, oh man, I made this in Roblox Studio, or I did this, or I'm thinking about making this. But I kind of just wanted to sit down and just be like, just kind of tell you about myself a little bit. Try not to go like way too personal. Maybe at some point in the future, I'll kind of share the full story about my sinophobia or sinophobia. Sorry, but yeah, that's kind of part of my life story. Like I said, I'll probably share it later on when I'm more comfortable with it. I might, I don't know when, but you'll see. So, this is Mr. Ravager signing off. See ya.